I was destined to make a video like this. Hi guys, we're gonna jump right into today's video. Not to be dramatic, but crafting and thrifting and gifting, that is who I am at my core. That is what I love to do. That is what life is about for me. A gift guide just made sense. I'm just gonna run through and give you guys roughly 50 gift ideas, whether it's thrifted or handmade or both. This is not gonna be an affiliate link to an Amazon gift list video. This is going to be a grandma's gift guide to artistic, creative, and unique gifts that maybe people would never even think to ask for. I spend all year penning and saving craft ideas and sewing project ideas and crocheting ideas and pottery ideas and jewelry ideas, and I feel like I have kind of unintentionally curated the perfect girlfriend, sister, best friend gift guide. I always have somewhat of a handmade element in my gifts that I give, or at least I try to. That being said, when you hand make everyone's gifts, it can become a little bit overwhelming, and sometimes you fail to meet deadlines. So this is a deadline-proof gift guide. These are all going to be in the wheelhouse of beginner handmade gifts. Most everything on this list you can make within an evening. The goal with this video is for you to be able to utilize it as a resource. Every individual gift idea I'm talking about, I'm gonna have listed in the description with links to either tutorials that I used to make the gift or links to places you can buy supplies. It should all be in the description box. The sole purpose is a good gift resource that you can come back to. I think that these gifts work for more than just the holiday season. A lot of these are gifts that I have made, have done, and were received really well. That's how they made the list. One of those things, I bought the supplies to make my own tea blends. I've gotten really into tea lately, making your own blend for your friends and family, and I curated each blend to each family member. I learned a lot through the process. It was honestly just really fun to think about each individual person that I was making a tea blend for. My friend at the time was getting sick a lot, and so I curated her tea blend to more of like a wellness and immune system tea. What's really cool about doing a tea blend for someone is you can make your own label. You can name the tea blend. It's just a fun way to be thoughtful, genuinely a fun hobby. I still have all of the ingredients to make my own tea blends. Like I said in the description box, I'll have linked the website that I use to buy my chamomile and my lavender, and I bought rose petals, and alongside that gift, kind of the thrifted portion of it, I think it pairs really well with like a cute tea set. The thrift stores have the best teapots, they have the best mugs, so you can kind of go crazy. You can do a thrift bundle with the tea that you blended for them. You can add to it, or you could just gift the tea. If making a tea blend is not something that's within your price range, I think that just the thrifted portion of this, of getting somebody a couple mugs and a cute teapot from the thrift store, keeping in the same vein of a thrift bundle that has a handmade element, I have gifted 2 of these, and I will link the tutorial down below. These pie tote bags, they're literally tote bags for your pies, for your casseroles. You can make them different sizes. I'm a very, very beginner sewer, and I was able to make this in, I think, like an hour and a half. You can tailor it to that person, so that's where I personally love to thrift my fabric and use vintage fabrics that I find in the linen section. It's a really simple sewing project, I promise. With that, you can make it a thrift bundle. I'm obsessed with the ceramic pie dishes that have the lids that look like pies. I think that can be really nice as a pair. If they're not much of a baker, you could always thrift them a really nice casserole dish set. Vintage thrift store casserole dishes can be nicer than what you can buy new. Like I said, these gifts are buildable. Moving on to the next gift, I think an embroidered apron. You can take it as far as like hand sewing the apron yourself, or if you're not a seamstress, just embroidering their name or embroidering maybe something sentimental or just something cute onto the apron. I can't even get started on how adorable embroidery is. Just like completely priceless, and it's super easy to do. I mean, obviously it can be as complex as you'd like to make it. Embroidering on anything can just really be a sweet personalization, thoughtful, and you don't have to do a lot for it to make an impact. Friend that's a baker, sister that loves to cook kind of gift, maybe like hand sewing a little casserole or pie tote bag with an embroidered apron and then like a nice pie dish or casserole dishes. In the same vein of embroidery, there is so much you can do with it. I think just the concept of embroidering something and personalizing personalizing something for someone. I think this can be really meaningful. Red thread on a nice white top or a slip dress. I've been wanting to do that so badly. The slip tank tops and the slip dresses at the thrift store are a dime a dozen, and having a really cute, sweet silk tank top with some lace and then doing a gorgeous like red embroidered saying or word. I did this to like a hot pink slip dress that I had that had a hole in it, and I just embroidered lipstick over it, like a lipstick kiss over it, and I just did a couple of them, and it completely changed the dress. Like it went from a Victoria's Secret slip dress, kind of basic, to more of like a one-of-one little mini dress. And I've seen people do them, you know, like a white button down of some kind, like doing something on the collar, something on the sleeves. I think that can be really cute. Just personalizing kind of what would otherwise be a basic piece or just a thrifted shirt and making it more personalized to that person. Something I really want to do, and I will be doing soon. I want to buy a pack of just white cotton underwear and embroidering the days of the week on it in like a red embroidery thread. I think that's so cute. So something like that. In addition to clothes, you could also embroider tea towels. I've actually done that a couple times for a couple of my friends. Really simple project that feels like it would take forever and looks like it took a really long time, but really it's only a few hours. And there are so many good examples on Pinterest. I don't trust myself entirely just to freehand it. I personally bought a tracing paper from Joann's, RIP. You basically are able to trace the design and then you iron that onto the project. So that's a really nice hack. Staying in the clothing vein, I think thrifting clothes, like doing a thrift style bundle, could be really fun. My favorite gift I've ever given was to my friend that I spent months curating the perfect thrifted style bundle for. She truly loved it. To incorporate the handmade element, altering thrifted clothes is so fun. It's like playing fashion designer for a day. To help get your wheels turning, think swapping buttons out, changing buttons for fun class. Really liked the like multiple like a ton of buttons down the front of a cardigan, and when they're all mismatched, so cute. You can tailor that piece to the person you're gifting it to, so whatever their personality is, getting buttons for that specific thing. I recently saw these really fun fish clasps that I think would be so cute to add to any blazer or jacket, and then it's like, you know, you made them this piece. You didn't just thrift it, you didn't just make it, you kind of curated this piece for them. Speaking of buttons, you can do so many fun things with buttons. I have like a million projects on my Pinterest board that I want to do that relate to buttonifying things. This is more of like a kitschy friend type of thing, but you can make it chic. You can use like strictly iridescent buttons, but I really have been wanting to do like a button clutch. Buttons on belts, buttons on collars, buttons on cuffs, buttons on bags. And it doesn't have to be a bunch. You can kind of do it to your artistic desire. What you can also do with buttons is jewelry. I've done this before. I'm not the best jewelry maker. I'm working on it. I feel like to get a really professional look with jewelry, you have to have all the supplies, which can be kind of pricey. But I think buttons make it a little easier. I've seen like button necklaces with ribbon, which is really cute. The button clips have been really popular right now. My favorite part about all of this is kind of like the packaging. Like if you made your own clip packaging, make up your own personalized brand for that person that you're gifting to. I think that's really fun. Speaking of jewelry though, I think reworked jewelry can be a really good gift, especially if you have a thrift store that has a really good jewelry selection. I think eBay is also really good for vintage jewelry. If you spend a little bit of time typing in some good keywords, you can get some really unique vintage pieces. I think watches right now can be an easy to rework jewelry piece. I've seen them where it's just truly a lace ribbon that is tied in a bow and that the watch face is on. Getting handmade jewelry in any capacity I think is just such a good gift. The thrifted element, less of the handmade element. I think putting together a ring stack for someone is a really nice, thoughtful gift. Throughout the year, I always try to pick up if I see a really cute pendant. I've been seeing these ribbon necklaces, which are adorable, especially the velvet ones, the different materials, the lace ribbon, and it's so easy, it's so adjustable, it works for literally anyone. These necklaces I am dying to make. I will be making these soon. They're these hand sewn and beaded chokers. I've seen them take the form of bracelets with little cute little hand sewn embroidered charms. I just think they're so unique. I haven't seen anybody wear these. I think you can do so much with it. You can embroider it, you can bead it, you can button it. I love the concept. concept of a hand sewn charm bracelet. I love gifts like that too, because the gift can keep on giving. For the next occasion, you can gift a few more charms for the bracelet. If you are someone that excels at painting or nail art, I think personalized press-on nails. If you already have a gel nail kit, all you have to do is get the little nail sets and you can do so much with it. I think this would pair really well in like a little bundle, because I've been also seeing these eye masks and I think they're so cute and sweet. Like, even if you don't wear it or use it a lot, like just having it in your room I think is so cute. They're just little hand sewn eye masks. They're literal little art pieces, but I think that would be a cute little set, like a little self-care set. This is something I've been wanting to make for years for myself. I have so many quilts saved up for all of the different quilted projects I want to do, but to keep it simple, a quilted scarf. Scarves are really simple, beginner-friendly sewing projects. And I've also been seeing these quilted mittens everywhere, and how cute would a little matching set be? Another easy, simple sewing project that I think would be very cute, very chic, especially for your friends that are plugged into the fashion world. I think they have those big lace sheer curtains, a dime a dozen at the thrift store, tablecloths, curtains, making it into just like a little wrap. It could be a maxi, it can be a mini, to go over top of pants. Using ribbon or even bias tape for the ties. Super cute, and I love to, in my sewing projects, put in my own little tag. Another really easy sewing project that I've done before, when I say easy, I mean I made this bag last year for my friend, and he was coming over and I just had a panic of like, oh, I didn't get him enough, or I didn't get him enough handmade gifts. I whipped this bag out in an hour, and it's basically just like a tote bag, like that same fabric that I think is so cute and so unique because it's vintage, but making it into something else. Like, it's perfect for the beach, it's perfect for the farmer's market. It's not the most durable, like it's not a good work bag. You can use any material too. If you want a more durable bag, just use a canvas type material. Super, super easy to make. I will link the tutorial that I followed down below. Going hand in hand, these little pouches, the drawstring pouches. Again, I love the lace ones. Speaking of vintage textiles, those vintage embroidered like doilies, table runners, I've been seeing like quotes embroidered onto like the middle of them. It's giving like, God bless this house, if God bless this house was chic. You can put whatever you want, whatever pertains to the person you're gifting it to. Super personalizable. You could put something funny, you could put something serious, you could put an inside joke. Like, I just think you could do so much with that. You could frame it, you could just gift it as is and have them use it as a doily. I love talking about gifts. I could do this for hours. Moving into the crocheting category, if you're not a crocheter, hear me out. All the crochet projects that I have on here, with it in mind that not everybody is a crocheter, they're super, super simple. They're truly just single stitch, nothing crazy, no magic circles, no crazy double half stitched crossovers, switch, flip flop, kind of like rectangular projects. Truly, I promise you, anybody can do, and anybody can do in a timely manner, I promise. For the fashion girlies, this could be paired really well with the tie skirt, little leg warmers or arm warmers. I thrift almost all of my yarn. I recently thrifted mohair even, so don't be afraid to like check the craft section of thrift stores. I've also been seeing people go to thrift stores and seek out sweaters of like high quality yarn and just unravel the sweater. Such a good way to upcycle. As somebody that sells vintage for a living and sources secondhand clothing, the amount of textile waste in America is crazy. I think there are a lot of ways where you can be creative in that realm. Circling back, the arm warmers and the leg warmers, super simple. It's just like a simple rectangle. And with the arm warmers, I've been seeing people make little arm warmers that have buttons, like little, I saw these, I think they have little star buttons, tailoring it to that person's thing. So like if you have a friend that loves, like my niece for example, she loves strawberries, like I think it would be so cute to do little strawberry buttons. In that same vein, another simple crochet project that I think is really cute is just like a little skinny scarf. Pretty simple. Headwear is really in right now, so a cute little, maybe starting with like a crochet bandana could be really cute and still effective in the winter. I'm working on one of the hoods that ties. I think that's gonna be fun. Last couple of crochet things and we'll move swiftly on. I recently discovered crochet tapestries. Blew my mind. There's a website, and I will link it down below, where you can pixelate like any image. You can choose how many colors of yarn you want to use, and say it's like a two-tone, it'll make the image into two tones and it pixelates it. So all you have to do is count the boxes and that's how many stitches. Really cool. You can make some really, really cool wall art. And last but not least, floral crochet curtain tie backs. I think they're so cute and small. So I know that it would more so just be a learning curve of the pattern, but it wouldn't take a lot of time. You can make these into anything. You can make them into like a cute little bag charm. I made my friend these little strawberries that she hangs off of her headphones. Crochet talk over though. Moving on to something a little heftier. If you have a friend that loves plants, which I think we all do, mosaicing, so much easier than you would think. There are a couple supply pieces that I recommend, but once you have those, you can mosaic till your heart's content. It's a way to channel creativity without needing a lot of technical skill. I did this for a friend last year and I thought it was gonna be a lot harder than it was because I had never mosaiced anything, but it truly was pretty simple. All you really need is like a simple basic pot and a few plates or bowls from the thrift store. I recommend plates, the flatter the better. I've personally been wanting to implement it into like a side table or something where I can do more of like an art piece on it. I had to throw this in here really quickly. If you are a pottery girly, make a matcha bowl. Obviously, if you're a potter, you know all of the different gifts that you can make people and that you probably already do. I just wanted to throw that one out there if it hasn't crossed your desk yet. Last handmade gift, and then the rest are all just thrifted gift ideas. I did this a couple years ago for a friend. Hand making a journal, I think, is a really sweet idea. There's so many ways you can take this. You can do kind of like a paper base and do more of like a collage piece on it. Or I did like the journal itself had like a cloth binding. I was able to sew things into the cover. I think the picture that I have of it is it not fully finished. I added some pins. I added a little locket with our home state because she was moving away. You can do so many different things with it. With that in mind, a recent idea that I had, I am on journal ecosystem talk. I've been fascinated by people's journaling ecosystems. I thrift so many journals, so many types of journals, leather bound to spiral to 90s. With that in mind, it could be really sweet if you have a really thoughtful friend that you know journals a lot or plans a lot or is more of like a pen and paper person. Kind of like making a journal ecosystem for them, I think is a really sweet idea. There's definitely a lot you can build off of that. I think hand sewing a little pencil pouch. In that stationery vein, I personally collect vintage cards. I find so many at estate sales. Vintage cards are so much cuter than modern cards, and modern cards are so expensive. If you have a friend that is a gift giver and loves giving gifts and loves giving cards and just is that person, I think a curated vintage card set that you personally hand select and put together for them is such a good gift. A few birthday cards, a few Christmas cards, a few thank you cards, and a little bundle with some envelopes packaged in a bow, put in a box. Such a sweet gift. A couple off the wall gifts that I honestly would just personally love to receive. Lighter cases, I've been seeing those everywhere lately. You could easily hand make one as well, but I think the like silver, some are vintage little lighter cases, such a cute gift idea. eBay. Another eBay one that I think is a gift that people won't necessarily ask for but would be happy to receive. A little pocket knife. Vintage pocket knives are so cute. Some of them are a little bit pricey, so it just depends on what you want to spend. But even just the simple vintage pocket knife with a little pearlescent face, everybody needs a pocket knife. Candles. Thrifting some really cute taper candles. I have such a collection of taper candles, it's insane, and they've all come from the thrift store and estate sales. That with like a little set of candlestick holders can be a really sweet gift. Making candles is really easy. These are the ones that I want to make, these little votive candles, but I've also been loving the candle platters, taking like a silver tray and just creating a candle platter. I feel like you'd really have to know who you're gifting to and know that they would love that, because I do think it's an acquired taste, but I think it's such a statement piece. I'm feeling so inspired and motivated to hand make everybody's gifts this year. My battery's about to die. I've been yapping about gifts for over an hour. I hope this gave you some ideas that you hadn't yet thought about. All of the resources will be linked down below, tutorials, websites, the list of all the gift ideas. 'Tis the season. I love this time of year. I love gift giving. I always have. Not only hand make your own gifts, but hand make your own gifts affordably. I think it's key. It takes the stress off, takes the pressure off, and you get to just enjoy it for what it is, which is showing people that you know them and you love them and you see them. I hope this was helpful, even if you just make them for yourself. I think it's a fun list of things to stretch your creative brain. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you all next week. Bye, guys.